Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chris,
And Ralph.
and today we're going to be doing our spoiler review for
Uncharted.
Uncharted. Okay, so the movie came out what about like 3-4 weeks ago
Like,
or a month ago?
yeah, well, no, it's about like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been out for a few weeks, so today we figured we'll do our spoiler review. We saw it a few weeks back, and you take this one since this you're a big PlayStation fan. He has his PlayStation shirt.
Yep, guess as so yeah, the movie it's pretty good. Like this, like it's kind of like the usual video games adaptation film, like the
Okay.
usual like the reviews here and there.
Okay, so the reviews, there are mixed reviews on this,
Yeah, like
but for us, I loved it.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so start us off. Go ahead.
So yeah, this is the first PlayStation movie since 6 years ago. Because the last PlayStation movie was
Ratchet and Clank. Is this their first live action movie?
um yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But this time, like, it made by Columbia's Picture because this one, since Sony was busy, like, with the properties like Popeye already made Spider-Man 3 and The Sims 6 during that time,
Yeah.
they give the Ratchet and Clank movie to Waymaker Entertainment for them to make it.
Okay. All right, so about the Uncharted movie. So what were some of your thoughts going into the movie? What are some things that you were looking
So
forward to?
yeah, for me though, like before the movie, I need to go play, a bit of the games here and there.
Yeah, so we got the Uncharted 4 remastered that they did for the PS5
Yep, and
and
PC.
and the PC.
Yeah, so here's all the Uncharted games that we have
So that's Uncharted 1 through 3,
remastered.
Uncharted 4, and then this is Uncharted The Lost Legacy,
A spin-off game.
the spin-off game, which is I love all of them. They're all great games.
Yeah.
The fourth one's my favorite. The Lost Legacy is really I love the Lost Legacy, the spin-off game. Okay, so you start us off. So, uh, how many years? So how old is Nathan Drake in this movie?
So
Tom Holland's character.
don't
You don't know?
don't remember.
Okay. Alrighty, but okay. So go ahead and start us off like about the movie and
So
things
yeah,
like
the opening film where Nathan Drake, played by Tom Holland, was found laying on the plane, which is is the level from Uncharted 3.
that. Yeah.
And then after when he tried to go climb back up there, and then he was being hit by the red car.
Yes. Who we'll find out later who was
Yeah,
driving that.
yeah, and then boom, we went to the flashback scene with young Nathan Drake and his brother Sam.
Yeah, so we see which you can there was a level in Uncharted 4
Yeah, in the opening.
in the opening scene where they're younger and they're going into a house looking for some things. It's a little different in the game, but they're in a house them two as kids, younger, and then they go to the orphanage and Sam leaves Nathan behind and he gives him his ring, his necklace.
Yep.
So the famous ring that Nathan Drake wears throughout the games, Tom Holland's wearing throughout the movie. Okay, so we meet Nathan Drake. He's working at a bar,
Yeah.
and right now he's not really. He's just going with the movement. He's just living his life, trying to figure out what to do. And he runs into a character named
Victor Sullivan and
Victor Sullivan,
Mark Wahlberg.
played by Mark Wahlberg. Okay, so off the bat, the movie just throws us into the story.
Yeah.
It throws us into the story. It's like this is Sully, this is Nathan. They're gonna partner up. So tell me about what is it that Nathan and Sully are after?
The treasure and the cross.
A cross. So they need a cross, which is like a key to get into like this temple where there's a bunch, not a temple, but like a lost ship where there's a bunch of missing treasure that's been gone for hundreds and hundreds of years. So before we get more into the story, what did you think as Tom Holland, as Nathan Drake, and then Mark Wahlberg as Sully?
Like for me though, those two are all right. Even though someone would be a perfect world, but for those two, they were all right in the movie.
Yeah. What are some things you think that Tom Holland did to portray himself as Nathan Drake?
Like a wait, hold on.
All right, so the Tom Holland. So, what are some things that you liked about Tom Holland as Nathan Drake?
For me though, like he did all right at Nathan Drake. Ake. So yeah, like I know that he was trying to give up the Nathan Drake spirit on film,
Hmm.
and he did pretty well in this one.
So he's like a younger Nathan Drake
Yeah,
compared to what we've seen in the video games.
yeah,
So this is a younger Nathan Drake, and it makes sense because if Sony's gonna do like a franchise with Uncharted, they want to get Tom Holland, who's a star right now, obviously Spider Man. And so yeah, for me as Nathan Drake, I'm not saying he has to look like Nathan Drake because he didn't really look like Nathan Drake at at the beginning of the movie. But throughout the film, he gets his vest or his
This,
holsters,
yeah,
his the button up shirt, the ring, and his hairstyle. So all throughout the film, he becomes Nathan. We'll talk about the cameo later. We'll talk about the
yeah.
cameo later. And then Mark Wahlberg as Sully. I thought Mark Wahlberg was fine as Sully. I mean, um, Sully is more of like a older, more grizzled character in the games. And Mark Wahlberg, I mean, he's obviously older than Tom Holland, but I think his portrayal of Sully was fine. I think it's Mark Wahlberg. He's a star, so I get why they casted him. Okay, so about the story, what are some scenes that you liked throughout about the story and things like that, or what was it exactly?
So yeah, the story though, like, so when when Spectre told him like, David, so I was with your brother Sam.
Oh yeah, so it turns out that Sully was with Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, and after Nathan Drake denying aid with at first at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
before he mentioned Sam later on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this one Easter egg on Nathan Drake's apartment is, of course, his briefcase is a bunch of like mail from Sam.
Oh, like postage
Yeah,
cards.
postcards from Sam. And this one Easter egg that you could notice on his briefcase
Mm.
is the Naughty Dog all logo.
Oh yeah, there was some Easter eggs and some little nods to the Naughty Dog and then to the lots of the games and things like that. So let's talk about another character that was introduced, Chloe Fraser, played by Sophia Taylor Ali. So Chloe's in this movie, and I thought, and then Chloe, let me see that one. So this is Chloe right here. So this is the spin-off game Lost Legacy. That's Chloe right there. She's a prominent character throughout the games, and then she gets her spin-off game.
Yep.
So what did you think of Chloe throughout the film?
So yeah, for me though, like like the actress that she played Chloe, she did pretty good in this one.
Yeah, I thought she portrayed Chloe pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also so she first appeared Chloe she first appeared in Uncharted 2.
Yeah, she wasn't in the first one at all. She was the character introduced in the second one, and then she was in the third one, and then the fourth one. Was she in the fourth one? Right? I don't remember.
No.
She wasn't. No, okay, yeah, she wasn't in the fourth one. But she's a spinoff.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and she looked a lot like Chloe. She had like her attitude like Chloe, and the way she was already able to like portray the character, I thought was really dope. And then we have the main villain. Well, there's two villains. Braddock, is that a new character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Braddock. And then you have Santiago, and I can't see the last name, played by Antonio Banderas. So I thought the villains were pretty were fun. They were classic Uncharted villains, right?
Yeah.
They were like some villains that you would see in a video game. And their storyline, their stick is that they're after the treasure as well, and they do whatever it takes to go after the treasure. So I thought overall, I thought their arcs were pretty well. There's a big twist at the end. We'll do spoil? Yeah, this is spoilers. There's a twist that Broderick turns on Santiago, and she's turns out she's the main villain throughout the movie. But yeah, I thought you know the chase and the hunt for the treasure was pretty dope.
Yeah. And plus that scene in when they try and get the quest out, that's basically the level from Uncharted 4.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. I played that level. And so, yeah, I mean, throughout the movie, they're just after the treasure. There's a bunch of twists. There's a few backstabs between Chloe and Nathan, and then Chloe and Sully. And, what I like the most is that they captured the relationship really well between Sully and Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the beginning, when we're introduced to the characters in the first Uncharted game, they trust each other. And then in this movie, we see at first Nathan doesn't trust Sully, right? At the beginning, right? He doesn't
Yeah.
trust him, and then he trusts him, and then Sully lies about Sam, so that loses his trust. And then at the very end, there's a nice moment where Sully can make a decision: either Nathan, who he's met a few days ago, or the treasure, and he chooses Nathan, which I thought was really sweet. I thought it really captured the relationship, and I really liked that part. So, do you want to talk about that cameo?
Yeah.
Go ahead, talk about it.
So when after the plane, fell here and there, and also the red car was driving it was is Chloe.
Oh yeah, Chloe was the one that hit Nathan in the airplane. And it was a whole thing, and very like the him falling out of the plane, like Ralphie mentioned, was very Uncharted 3.
So as soon they were stranded in the ocean, until they found this beach, and once they went to there, and one them it can made a cameo none other than Nolan North is the original voice of Nathan Drake in the games.
Yeah, so Nolan North was sitting on the beach, like, what are y'all doing? And he's like, that's happened to me too. Whenever they're describing what happened to them, and that was pretty dope. Right away, I was like, that's Nathan Drake, which I thought was pretty cool. But like story arcs about the story, it's a very straightforward adventures treasure hunt movie, which I really enjoyed. There was a bunch of like there's a scene where Nathan is trying to solve a puzzle. I was like, that's the game. Like there's a bunch of elements from the games that they put from the movie, right?
Yeah, and also when Tom Holland said that they were making this movie, they have to play the games.
Oh yeah, so you can get more of a feel for the characters,
Yeah,
things like that. Yeah, but overall, I mean, I love this movie. I hope they do a sequel. Did it do well in the box office?
I haven't checked.
You haven't checked. I don't know, but I want to see a part two. I hope they do it. Who knows? If you have Tom Holland in a movie, why wouldn't you do a sequel? I mean, Tom Holland's a massive star. But overall, what did you think of the film? You liked it, things like that?
So yeah, and also those two end credits that you need to sit around
Yeah. So the first one is
in a prison cell.
in a prison cell where it turns out Sam's alive. That's Uncharted 4. Where Sam's alive, and he's writing notes to Nathan. So that's gonna be a little cliffhanger right there. And then at the very end, you see solely Mark Wahlberg with his signature mustache.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to see him get his mustache. I hope he keeps it for the second one. I assume he will. That's very, very spot on for the character Sully. And yeah, any final thoughts for this movie before we get into other stuff you want to talk about?
So yeah, for me though, I would be giving this film like an 8/30 out of 10.
8 out of 30 or 8 out of 10?
No, 8/30 out of 10.
Oh, you mean 8.3?
Yeah.
8.3 out of 10. Okay, I was like 8 out of 30. I was like, what are you talking about? For me, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was fun. I think I wanted more. I wanted more like I guess more like traits from the video game. But that's what the sequel's for. This one's just to launch us into the universe, the cinematic. Not it's not the cinematic universe, but the cinematic approach of the video game, and I liked it. Okay, so what are some stuff that you wanted to talk about, Rafi?
So yeah, and as for PlayStation production though, few things that they're in the develops like Twisted Metal, like a week ago was being picked up by Peacock
Twisted Metal, the TV show. They're doing Last of Us
as HBO series.
with Pedro Pascal,
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima movie
which is who's gonna do that one?
being directed by a director who did the John Wick film.
Okay, and then they're doing a God of War God of War show.
Yeah, yeah
Probably The Rock.
maybe because
Maybe.
yeah, ever since when The Rock said that he would like to do a video game character that he's been playing for years.
Okay.
That was me picked up on Amazon like a couple days ago.
Okay, and there was another show, Mass Effect. Right? But that's not PlayStation, right? You don't know?
No.
Okay.
And then the director of the Uncharted. Wait, hold on, let me.
The director Ruben Flesher.
Yeah, one project that he really wanted to do is a Jack and Daxter film.
And Tom Holland said that too, right?
Yep. Which is I'm gonna leave some discussion like video like in link description
In the future.
in the link description below.
Oh, okay.
And plus when also the interview GameSpot when Tom Holland said in that he will do a Jack and Daxter film.
Yeah.
So yeah. Wait.
No, that's pretty good. Go ahead.
So yeah, that's basically it. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and see y'all next time.
Yeah, all right, guys. So like, share, subscribe. Next time, I'm Chris.
And Ralph.
Peace.